Well, hello, my beautiful people. My name is Gat, and welcome back to, you know what it is already, it's Parquet. Last time, we found out some things. I was right. I was right that the doctor girl was, the creep, the salvation person. So yeah, she kicked our ass, she took us over here, and we got kidnapped. And hopefully Kido-san can save us. If not, we're, dead. So without further ado, let us continue. As I forced my unwilling eyes to open, I focused and tried to collect myself. Where am I? What happened? I don't recognize this room. My head feels like it's splitting open from the pain. Where? The first thing I realize is that I'm sitting in a chair. I slowly stand up, my muscles screaming in protest, and I scan the room.
Oh, you're awake.
Huh? Upon hearing her voice, something strange happens. All of a sudden, my limbs go numb. I fell back onto the chair unceremoniously. My arms and legs refuse to move. What the hell is going on? My senses haven't dulled any, but I can't will any part of my body to move.
Welcome to my workshop. Can you stay still for me? Well, then again, you can't move at the moment even if you want to. Oh, and don't worry, this isn't my only office. It isn't exactly a secret location, but we won't be getting any unwelcome visitors here.
What did you do to me? I can't move my limbs. It almost feels like if I have been paralyzed from the neck down.
I assume you know that sensory feedback like sight and hearing can be tampered with. What I did was essentially that. All you had to do is slightly correct the signal from the brain flow through the nervous system. I didn't use any illegal drugs on you either, so don't panic. You won't experience any after effects.
I don't know that BMI can be used like this.
Tinkering with the neural signal sends the body in a quite easy for me. It's quite easy for me. You learn a lot in this trade.
Can you tell me something? You use the Hydra line to operate BMI prosthetics, don't you? You must be well versed in BMI transmission as well.
What if I am?
Are you using the Hydra line to hack into BMI devices?
Wow! Well diluted. Deducted. You figured it out all on your own.
It stands to reason that a BMI professional will be well versed in Hydra line transmission. They both fall under the same subject, but I never would have guessed.
Remember how you told me that the right punch is customized? Remember how I told you that the right arm is customized? It doesn't just pack a hard punch. I installed a little BMI-related device on it, and right now, I happen to be controlling the BMI attached to your neck. Your theory was right on the mark. It's very possible to establish communication between BMI safely over several hundred meters. Of course, it violates communication laws, but who am I to care? You can relax, though. I can't harm your body or anything. Basically, it allows me to access data and turn on various features.
That must be why I haven't been able to move before she saw me. She hasn't activated yet. Are you the one who's been using BMI to spy on people?
Yes, I am.
And you upload what you get onto that site?
That I do.
She replies calmly and matter of facility. None of this seems to faze her in the slightest. Why would you do that? What is this all for?
Hold on 1 second. I need to figure out what to say.
You saw how traumatized Neko-san was. You were right there with us. You should know full well the damage you're doing to your victims. Why would you do that to her? Why?
I told you to hold on. I hate people who don't know when to shut their mouths.
I abruptly lost my ability to speak. I can't move a single finger or do anything about the pain assailing my body.
Why, you ask? How to best explain this?
She looks up at the sky, then shrugs her shoulders in apparent defeat. and he lets out a single dry chuckle.
It'll be
Tenuous?
It'll be 10 days, but I might as well start from the beginning. That's the quickest way to get you to understand where I'm coming from.
He clears his throat and looks down at me. Then he begins to speak.
My parents always smiled so effectively at me when I was a child. Everyone always told me I had the best parents in the world. But that was a mask they put around others. When we got home, they abused me, kicked me, hit me until I was lying limp on the floor. However, they kept smiling around others, hiding their true selves. I remember thinking to myself how hard it must be to be an adult. That's why I put up with it. Since they put up with it, I thought I had to as well. I hate the pain, but such was life. Then, around when I was in high school, my parents and I were involved in a serious car accident.
What? It wasn't my... Okay, it wasn't my it wasn't my backstory. It wasn't Kido's or Rino's backstory. It was hers. The backstories we were getting about being an adult, it was her. How much y'all on bet? It's her. Car accident. Last time we did this, I think last episode, right? They were in a car accident. It's her.
My parents both died, and I lost my right arm. When I was undergoing rehab, I talked about being my prosthetics popped up. I believe I told you this before. The people around me offered kind words. They tried to lift my spirits. They were all wonderful people, I thought. But the truth was, they weren't. The workers and patients all talked behind my back, always finding a way to disembark me. They put on a big smile and lied through their teeth around me, just like my parents had. I hate people who lie. Rather than being sold the fake kindness, I'd rather much see what they truly think about me.
Her tone is calm and collective. I can't detect any rage or spite from it. I can't wrap my head around how she's able to keep talking like this without interruption. Is this tragic to her? Or something else entirely?
It was the same with those guys earlier. They act all high and mighty. Why, they weren't even truly listening to me. So I decided to hit them with my true feelings. And by the end of it, we were actually managing to communicate with one another. They begged me to forgive them for breaking the rules, swore to never do it again, all while bawling their eye out. Isn't that hilarious?
Seeing the smile on her face as she recounts this, I realize something. It all makes sense. I can't agree with her. Perhaps I can't even understand why she feels the way she does.
And I finally get to see your true feelings now. They're written all over your face. There's no mask on you. I love it.
She seems delighted to see me in distressed.
Just so you know, I'm not the only one. Many people are fed up with the lies being fed to us on a daily basis. Many of my clients, for example. These are people hurt by the fake smiles being sold to them. People suffering because of it.
Okay, but not all fake smiles, are malicious. Like, don't get me wrong. Some people may be talking behind your back. But some people are just, they're lying about their current circumstances. Or like, they just want to put on a smile even though they're going through some shit. It's not always about, you. You're not the center of the attention, fucking narcissist. Are you kidding me, man? Like, don't get me wrong. I get where she's coming from. I get it. But come on. There's always something behind a fake smile. And sometimes it's not malicious. Sometimes there's nothing to worry about. Maybe they just had a tough day. Maybe they just stubbed their toe. And they're just fake smiling, It's nothing bad.
What would you do if you saw someone in pain? You would help them, no? That's what I'm doing. I couldn't bear to watch them suffer. It was like I was working myself when I was younger. It's my responsibility to tell them. Smiles are just masks they put on to fool you. Deep down, people are vile and wicked creatures.
That is a fucked up way. I know I'm cussing so early in the video, but that's so messed up, man. Not everyone who puts on a mask is trying to deceive you. Well, it's in a certain way, but deceiving is kind of harsh, you know? It's like people don't want you to see them true selves. Like, not in a bad way, but maybe they're just shy. Maybe they're embarrassed on who they are. You know? Like, maybe they're scared that you might not be an anime watcher. That's a perfect example. If you like anime, and like, you don't have friends who like anime, and you meet a new person and it's like, do they like anime? I don't know. Anime? Yeah, that's for baby. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Anyway.
Only when they know no one is looking do they show their true colors. When I prove that to them, you can't imagine how grateful they are. And afterwards, they told me something. They told me that they wanted to save the people they knew as well. They knew countless people suffering the lies in this world, and they want me to save them. I agreed with them, so I decided to create a community without lies.
She talks in a fixed rhythm, as she's immersed deep in her memories. Does this mean that Ibaraki-san's prediction was right?
Basically, I guess you could say I despise those who lie.
She flashes me a wide smile. The same smile as always. No, actually, the smile looks more genuine. Is that the reason why you took the video of Nika-san? Because he's always smiling?
I wanted to know what lies beneath that mask, that's all. I was awestruck though. Not in good sense, of course. She's lying so thoroughly. Even in front of her family, or when she was alone, she didn't bear her true self. I uploaded it to the site to show everyone that some people are very good at lying.
Bruh, stop it.
Everyone's good at lying.
No, it's because you're just a bitch. That's what it is right now. You cannot deal of your past. You need to see a therapist or something. This is not healthy.
And those two thugs went and sold it out of simple greed. They broke the rules. They did something unforgivable. Therefore, I asked them not to use that site again. But I have you know that I was proud of her when she asked for advice on what to do about the supposed stalker. For once, she took off her mask. She looked so afraid, so hurt. I felt sorry for her.
No, that's not her true self. Her true self is being happy. You made her a victim. You victimized her. You did something to her that's unforgivable. She isn't joking. She isn't trying to rival me up. She actually means what she says. She genuinely felt sorry for her. Yet, she holds no remorse for her actions. Psychopath. It's either psychopath or sociopath. One of the two is right, and I don't know which one is. The feeling in my chest are swirling around like a dark maelstrom. There might be a lot of people who can relate to this. People who derive joy from the misfortune of others. But purposely harming someone and crushing their happiness. I don't like that. It's awful.
That said, those two weren't the only liars that managed to sneak into the site. There are many lies festered in there. That's why the police have even got involved now. So I have to grant Kido-san's wish now, while I still can.
Wait. Now I'm even more confused. What does Kido-san have to do with this?
I thought you would know. After all, you're with her all the time. Especially, she's looking for her memories.
Wait, why do you know that?
Because she and I are acquaintances. I knew her when she was alive. Back when she was a sickly, pale little girl. Now she's
So she knows about the body sharing situation too. It doesn't seem like she's trying to bait me.
I met her when I was modeling my prosthetics. She was younger, but she knew more about BMI than I probably ever would. Well, I learned so much from her. As I said before, she's the sole reason I was so knowledgeable about BMI. She was looking into creating a whole prosthetic body. She was able to graft her consciousness, so all she needed was a body to house it. Sadly, technology hasn't quite advanced to that point when her body gave way. Despite the fact that her wish never came true, she lived a noble life. She smiled, told me that she tried, but life wasn't fair. One night, however, I caught her crying, begging for a life, for someone to help her. She had to have been an incredible liar to be able to hide those feelings for so long. When I saw her true self, I could barely contain my excitement.
You're sick, bitch. You're sick. Like, literally, man. I don't use that term lightly. I don't. Because I have never met anyone so messed up for this. And don't get me wrong. If they're, like, guys, too, like, there's some guys, like, we played before, like, what an asshole. You know what I mean? But her, out of all the people I've ever seen in a visual novel, like, not anime, just visual novels, you're a sick bitch. You are. Like, she needs a reward or something, like an Oscar or something, for being the #1 sick bitch.
I was never able to look at that smile of hers in the same way again.
Is she reminiscing about the memory? Hisami-san's close her eyes and her breath becomes eerily ragged.
It was sublime. It was such an exhilarating sensation that I thought I was going to lose my mind. She was being unraveled, exposing to the primal of human desires. Nothing was more satisfying to me. Even now it makes me shiver. I see many people bare their true selves, but Kido-san was the only one that made me feel this alive. And then I told her the truth.
The sweet, rosing blush on her cheeks stand in contrast to the horrible things she's saying. But this isn't the time to be making those observations.
She was suffering, so I had to do something. That's why I went and found a person who would accept someone else's consciousness. It was easier than I expected. Why, Ibaraki-san sold herself, no questions asked. You can't imagine the expression on Kido-san's face when I introduced them. Sadness, anger, confusion, such a blanket of emotions. It was like she herself couldn't even figure out what to feel. No expressions could have been more beautiful.
It can't be. She willingly transferred to Ibaraki's body? Just like she predicted?
I knew all this must come as a surprise, but it's the honest truth. She wanted to survive so badly that she was willing to take someone else's body. That's who she truly is. The result you already know. Her consciousness was successfully grafted onto someone else. Though she ended up sharing bodies with another consciousness, which wasn't quite the desired effect.
Since she doesn't remember why she grafted herself, does that mean...
That's all true. In order to increase the success rate of the experiment as much as possible, the data grafted had to be minimized. The reason why she doesn't remember me or the grafting...
I have no way of knowing if she's telling the truth. Buddy, really? I have no idea if she's telling the truth. She's like literally telling everything she knows about both of them. Well, maybe she can still be lying, but no, she's a twisted bitch. Which she wants to know. She wants you to know that she knows. I have no way of knowing if she's telling the truth. Well, actually, maybe I just don't want to accept it as the truth.
Kido-san threw away her past and shared a new life. She smiled and living life to the fullest. But you see, I just can't ignore that smile.
You're a sick, twisted bitch. You just want people to suffer. And that's when you know it's like,
it's all so real.
What do you mean?
Do you think she knows the true value of her current life as it is? I don't think she does. She's gotta have so many incriminating memories. And she seems to want those memories back. So, I'm going to be grateful and grant her that wish. I wanted to regain those emotions she had, which shook me to my very core.
Trying to argue with her about the mortality of this would be futile, I feel. Yeah. She probably understands that what she's doing isn't normal. She understands that, and yet, she does it. She still does it. Psychopath. Psychopaths understand full well what they're doing. They just do it. She's a psychotic bitch. I'm overcoming by indescribable emotions. Hisame-san looks down at me, a slightly condescending smile on his lips.
Speaking about my past was worth it to see that lovely look on your face. It's simply wonderful.
I doubt anything I'll say to her will do anything.
Well, that's the end of our little story. I need to get to what I brought you here for. Writing in advance was the right decision. You shouldn't be able to do much while I get Kido-san and open her eyes.
I need to stop her. I've tried to will my body to move, but I can't even lift a finger.
You look very unhappy with the state of affairs, but there's something I want you to seriously consider. Do you think she's ought to forget what drove her to make a momentous decision? Truly?
I have no answer for her. Even if it was Hashime-san who instigated it, Kido-san still chose to graft her consciousness. Maybe she should know what she did. Still, I can't condone what Hashime-san is doing. There's no logic to it. My instincts are telling me that this isn't right. She's just trying to use Kido-san for her own gratification. Yeah. And you know what? You know what though? She will never truly feel happy. I gotta say this about psychopaths. Serial killers también. You will never truly feel happy. Even no matter how many people you ruin, you will never truly feel happy. I can't let her do this.
Don't hold out on me now. Go ahead and say whatever you have to say.
I don't know if anything you just said is true.
Oh, come on. It's all true, I promise.
There's one thing I want to know though. I can't let her go. I can't let her go to Kido-san. If you're talking about liars, you're a pretty big one yourself.
Come again? What are you trying to say?
You yourself are smiling. You've been lying with a smile on your face this whole time. That's why you have me like this. The air of composure she kept so well thus far is completely blown away. She doesn't just frown. It looks like her face is frozen in a snail of rage. There's none of the control and measure she kept up before. You just want to see others suffering, that's all. Even you know how twisted this all is, and you just keep making excuses.
Trying to get under my skin? I'm only trying to save people. I made the site just for that, and I saved more people than you can ever imagine.
That's a lie. You just wanted to know that you weren't the most sick. You just wanted to know that you weren't the most sick, twisted person out there. You want to think that everyone was as rotten as you.
You can keep flapping your gums, but that doesn't make it true. You're wrong. All I wanted is...
You just want to see other people suffer to make yourself feel better. It's all about the pleasure you derive from.
I had enough of your yapping.
The taste of blood spreads in my mouth. Something has clearly changed from her countenance as she looked down upon me. She glares frustration lacing her pupils. You wouldn't be so angry if I weren't. Ugh. An even more intense blow caused my brain to feel like it's rattling. The taste of blood becomes even more marked. Well, I suppose it's not all lies. You have something genuine inside of you. That nasty face you're making right now, that's the true you. It's brimming with your truth, heartful desires, all that hate and... She looks down at me, her icy glare boring holes into my head. She only relaxes after she makes sure I can't talk anymore. After taking a deep breath, she seems to regain her composure.
You were expecting to punch the BMI off your neck by accident, or break it maybe. You got a thing of a talent for taunting, I admit. But there's no need to get indignant with me. You don't understand. Kido-san herself wants her memories back. You should know that I'm not just putting words into her mouth.
All I hear are excuses from you. You just want to see the look of despair on her face when she's forced to confront those memories. You want to see her in agony. Isn't that what you're doing right now? You're reveling in watching me suffer. This is all for your sick pleasure.
Did the punch mess up your memories? Or are you just a masochist?
Hashima-san raises her prosthetic arm again. But right as she's about to slam it down on my head, someone cries out, "Stop!" Kido-san tackles her as fast as she can react. She loses her balance, and the two of them tumble onto the floor. Kido-san? I immediately tried to get up and run, but my body still doesn't work.
What are you doing here? Please stop this!
Kido-san looks at her by surprise. She can't keep her, but she can't keep her down. The tides turn over in an instant.
You little!
Hashima-san swats her away with terrifying ease using her prosthetic arm. As a result, Kido-san is blown away like a rag doll rolled onto the floor. Hashima-san gets up and walks over to me again. It'll be difficult to stop her, even more so now that she's widened the distance between them.
Why on earth are you here, Kido-san? Surely this is no coincidence.
Despite being thrown with such force, Kido-san does not falter. She stands back up and focuses her gaze.
I found Ibuki's phone in the back alley where you left those two guys lying. They said some freakish woman jumped them. And you immediately jumped to me? How rude! I didn't know you thought so lowly of me. That's disheartening. Something has always bugged me. Why are the bits and pieces of my memories always floating around me? Conveniently enough. Your memories? You can't quit the act. I overheard everything you told him. Oh, did you know?
Hashimi-san simply shrugs and snickers at her. Rather than disappointment, her tone indicates boredom.
Of course someone's deliberately dropping my memories there for me to find. It was so convenient that I started thinking someone was feeding me my own memories little by little. A bit of a roundabout way to go about it, no? I know. However, that changed when I heard about this salvation site this morning. I thought that my memories might be being used in the same way. The person feeding me the happy memories might only be the one doing that to show me how awful my past actions were at that end. They wanted me to see the look of despair in my face. I figured that person, if that was a true person, if that was true, the person would be someone I know. Someone who can observe my every reaction. Someone as sick as them would no doubt enjoy watching the spectacle of me breaking down in my own two-tiered eyes. You damn rats are all the same.
She's mentioning how sick she was. Must have set her off. The same venomous frown from before breaks through her mask as casual disdain.
Someone who I knew would have ample knowledge of BMI and Highline. So you narrowed it down to me, did you? I must give you props for finding this place, though. I begged the police to look into it for me.
You did not stop her from punching me. Alright, cool.
I didn't imagine she would hurt you like that.
Why didn't you come in as soon as it was punching me? Not once, not twice, I think 3 times. That doesn't matter. You need to... If she heard everything Hashima-san said about her past, then she knows that all of her predictions from this morning's were right. She had to have heard that she grafted herself onto someone else's with the hopeful of fully taking over their body.
I'm fine, don't worry about me.
She takes a light breath to reassure me. And her response is accompanied by a big smile. But it looks somehow forced. Lies! That's to Hashimi-san. It's like,
lies! All lies! Your face is all lies! Oh, well, since the cat's out of the bag, let me make one thing clear. I haven't lied once. Everything I said is true. Yes, of course it is.
It's the same smile she had this morning. The same sad, defeated expression.
You lied to yourself and everyone around you most courageously, but not convincingly. However, whatever you do, you can't change the fact that you tried to steal someone's body.
I noticed Kido-san stiffen in place.
I know.
She simply nods. Her fist stayed balled up, shivering slightly. Perhaps she feels fear as well.
I'm weak. I'll always take the easy way out. Honestly, I've probably been this weak as a person ever since I was born. That's why I realized that I'm the worst kind of person.
She's not trying to put herself down. She's not trying to resist Hashima-san's poisonous implications. Kido-san simply stopped running away from her past. I realized that.
What? Seriously? Oh, please, don't make me laugh. You think you can just accept blame and be square? There's no point trying to play the good girl now.
Frustrated, Hashima-san tries to hound her further, but Kido-san does not falter.
You're right. I can't erase my past and escape from it. I can accept it for what it is. And the first step towards making amends is apologizing. Those are my true feelings. What an horrible thing to say, but I know you're just grandstanding. I want to believe that I can get to a point where I can do truly, where I truly believe it, even if I don't believe in myself. What's that supposed to mean? You're just pulling on my fun. Do you know how long I've been waiting for this? And it must be because my feelings are getting through to you, is it? Isn't it?
The ting of disversion in her voice makes images of the two men being beaten in the back alley flash through my mind. And Hashima-san raises her fist, reaffirming my fears. Run! Hurry!
No, I won't run away. Come on, tell me how you really feel, just like that then.
Hashima-san approaches with her fist primed, but it's held back by Kido-san throwing whatever she can get her hands on. She takes out everything she throws and approaches with her fist raised. She swings, but thankfully whiffs. Instead of her powerful fist hit a metallic arm, forming a huge dent in it. She uses the momentum from pulling it out to turn around and take a lunge at Kido-san. But Kido-san managed to maintain the distance and keep throwing whatever she finds into her its way into her hands. She can't hold out for long like this.
Come on, let's talk like the good old times. I'm not lying to you.
Alright, I gotta stop. My pizza's gonna come. I'll be right back. I'll be back! Okay, I'm back. I had to get my pizza real fast. Okay, so where were we? Every time she swings her arm, the shriek of clutching metal fills the room. And with each shot she takes at her, Kido-san is further driven to a corner. Run away! Get the police!
I can't leave you here!
Forget about me! I'll be fine!
Yeah, right? Woo! You're talking to me right now, remember?
I focus all my willpower on my feet, but they won't budge. No matter how desperate I am. My body just won't listen. Ah, damn it! I can't even shake in my seat. If it wasn't for the damn BMI on my neck, I can move. I can keep Hashima-san in check with my soul expansion. As desperation thoughts race in my head, an idea lights up the murk in the mind like a light streaking the night sky. The gears start turning fast. Ah! Hashima-san punches open a hole in the wall, causing debris to fly everywhere. Kido-san covers her face with her arms to block the incoming rumble, but she stumbles and falls into the floor as she walks back.
Quit lying! Show me what I want to see! Do you ever give up? I'm telling you that I'm being honest.
Her voice quivers.
Yeah, right.
The anger and resentment has disappeared from Hashima-san's expression. She simply regards Kido-san with emotionless eyes. But Kido-san does not look away. She emits her cold stare straight on.
You never had the steel in your eyes before? It pisses me off.
She holds her arms aloof. It aims right at Kido-san's defenseless head. She must be paralyzed in fear. She's sweating, and her breathing is rattled. But the one thing she doesn't do is run away. Kido-san! As if my cry was a cue, Hashimi-san brings her fist down. Kido-san keeps her gaze steady, even as the power of mechanized fist comes down. And she takes a small breath. And directly hits Hashimi-san's chin head. A fist directly hits Hashimi-san's chin head on. But it's not Kido-san's. Her right prosthetic arm stops midway swing and swung back up at her chin.
What the?
Both of them seem completely perplexed. I'm the only one who knows what just happened.
What did you do to me? Huh? What? If it wasn't you, then... you!
She must have cut up her mouth. She shouts, sprinkling blood-laced spit. Didn't you explain it yourself? BMI's on my back, neck, and your right arm are connected, right? If you can't influence me, then the reverse is true as well.
Cut the crap! You can't just...
Maybe a normal person wouldn't be able to make use of BMI link like this. Thankfully, I'm not normal. My soul expansion was the answer. I went ahead and gave it a cool name, but it doesn't actually have anything to do with a spirituality or souls. The electricity signals the brain used to send commands are inherently weak. But my electric signals are too powerful to be considered normal. Strong enough to send an electric signal to the person I touch and directly communicate my thoughts to them. I sensed my thoughts through the BMI link and took control of her prosthetic. I gambled on being able to use her arm as a stepping stone to influence her thoughts.
It can't be!
Her punch lands into her chin once again. A splatter of blood bursts from her lips this time.
This isn't what I wanted to see! How dare you!
After a few consecutive hits, she finally faints. She sonororously falls on her back lifelessly. Once she hits the floor, she stirs no more. She's completely out cold as far as I can tell. I can feel the force of that blow. She's not just pretending to be out for the count, that's for sure.
Wait, what happened?
It must be hard to parse it from Kido-san's standpoint. It definitely looked like her opponent suddenly decided to beat herself unconsciously. She simply blinks in confusion.
Did you do something to her?
Kind of. Can you take this BMI first? Take off this BMI first?
Huh? Oh, sure. Wait, which BMI?
Both. Take mine and hers off. Without the BMI, I can finally move. Hashima-san won't be able to have any control over me. We have to detain her and call the police.
Okay.
Kido-san hurries to me and takes the BMI off my neck. I finally regain control of my body and stand up, but... Huh?
Ibuki-kun?
My legs give out and I fall to the floor immediately. Because you've been asleep for a long time. Was Hashima-san lying when she said she wouldn't be there wouldn't be side effects? I entertained the thought for a moment, then realized that that's not it. I'm still weak from getting beaten down by her.
We need to call an ambulance.
I'm fine.
Bye-bye.
I can't exert any force, but I can move. She had hit me harder than I realized back there. I'd rather not describe the mess of bloody ribbons going on inside my mouth. Every time I speak, blood spills from the corners of my mouth.
You're bleeding! Don't lie to me! You can't die!
I'm fine, I won't die. My mouth is just a little cut up, that's all. All my organs are unharmed. And I promise I'll be there with you when you apologize, remember?
Yeah.
I'm fine, really. I'll keep my promise. I'm not dying today. But I'm a little tired.
Don't go to sleep! You're gonna die! Keep your eyes open! Stay with me!
I love to, but... No bang. Alrighty. That's a good place to end it. Wow. I'm gonna end it there. Wow! Like, I knew it would be her, but I didn't know she would be a twisted bitch. I didn't know, man. Like, wow. Wow. What? She fucked with me? No, she fucked with Kido-san. Her whole life. Well, most of her life. From when... Well, her whole life, because her body's died, and this is like a new life for her. Dude! It is crazy. It's just really crazy. But she's twisted. She's really twisted, man. Psychopath. That's what it is. Psychopath. Maybe you know the actual term for it. Maybe there's an actual term of twisted bitch. But alright. Alright, I'm gonna end it there. I'm not gonna keep... No, I'm gonna keep speaking. What do you think? What did you think, man? Like, where does the story go from here? Like, where does it go? Maybe getting these two back together. Or like, you know, having Ibaraki-san and Kido-san somehow communicate to each other. Or become one person. No, that would be stupid. Dude. This is... it's so good. It's so good! Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna end it there. If you like today's video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification to see whenever I post, and leave a comment. Man, it's so good. No, stop. No more talking. There's pizza getting cold. Alrighty. This is Gat saying farewell. And as always,